Welcome to Chatting with Chuck. I'm your host, Chuck. Today I have Marlia Handler here with me, and we're going to discuss Trusted Platform Module Technology, also known as TPM technology. So let's jump right into this. Hey Marlia, what is a Trusted Platform Module, or TPM technology as we call it?
Well, thanks for having me on Chatting with Chuck again. As you already stated, TPM is Trusted Platform Module. And so what that is, it allows the manufacturer to put a dedicated built-in microcontroller that uses crypto keys to protect the platform. So in essence, it's a chip that goes into your hardware and creates a hardware-based technology. It is rated by the International Standards Organization, so it is standardized under ISO 11889. And how it works is it allows you to create a password or other type of encryption that is linked directly to the TPM chip. And because the TPM chip is independent and functions separately from the other hardware, it's much less vulnerable than if you were just having the password communicate with the existing hardware. So very high level summary, it requires the user of the platform or system to have something they have, which is the physical chip on the board, and also use something they know, which would be a password, to unlock the system.
Well then, how do we use it then?
So originally, the makers of the TPM chip had it installed, had the chip and the motherboard would have to have a specific piece to integrate with the chip. But what Advantech did was they redesigned the TPM chip so that it can work with any motherboard. So basically how you use it is you want to purchase one of our devices that supports TPM, and then using that, you can set up a double layer of protection, one through your encryption or your password. And what it forces it to do is communicate with that safe chip on the motherboard that is basically quarantined from the rest of the system. And then each of those chips has an independent identifier that further protects it from other attacks that the system might have.
Well, what do you see the benefit of using this?
So the benefits are that it forces the user to validate the platform to make sure it's working as it's intended to work. I mean, if you think back years ago, a lot of times we would just be using one piece of equipment versus now everything's connected into a platform and you have multiple different machines communicating with each other, usually through a SCADA system. So you might have data on the cloud, you have edge computing, you have a bunch of virtual applications that need protection from a cyber attack. So what this chip does is adds a physical layer of security in addition to your password or whatever key you're going to enter to unlock the system. So platform validation is one, making sure it works the way it's supposed to. The chip actually forces the system to boot directly from the chip. So if someone would attack the other hardware, it's always going to boot from that safe lockdown chip and make sure it's working properly. The chip has an independent ID, so it can't possibly be confused with another chip. And then it just really allows you to have a high level of encryption. It helps with authentication. And then finally, it also allows you to monitor changes, and the chip will actually tell you if someone's trying to make a change to the system that they shouldn't be.
Well then tell me, I know Advantech has some products, but what products have this technology?
So right now at this point, all of our modular Uno series has it. So the 2271, the 2372, and the 2484G, which is our general performance modular series. We also have the 1372G, that's a gateway device that has it, and the 3283G, which is from the 3000 series Uno and works with a lot of third-party software interfaces. And then outside of the Uno product line, there are several TPCs that have it, specifically the TPC 2000 and 5000 series.
All right. Well, I know we've had a lot of people ask, what is Trusted Platform Module or TPM technology. I appreciate you taking the time to give us a description of what this is and what possible products here at Advantech they can use. This has been Chatting with Chuck. I'm your host, Chuck. Thank you, and stay tuned for further episodes.